guys, in this video I am going to talk all about how my wedding prep is going. We are exactly 4 months from my wedding. Well, our wedding, but my wedding. We're getting married on June 22nd this summer, and so we're at February 22nd, and I've done a lot, but I still have a lot to do. So in this video I thought I would just have some tea and just have a little chat video. It's probably going to be long because I haven't done an update and I've been engaged for nearly 2 years, or a year and a half I guess. So there's a lot to say. But yeah, I just thought it would be fun, and if you guys are interested I can do one like next month, or maybe like the 2 month before and 1 month and week up before. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so stressful. Yeah, if you're interested. So I'm drinking some peach tea. My nice little mug. So like I said, Dan and I got engaged quite a while ago. He proposed the beginning of July in 2017. And we knew that we didn't want to then get married the next year. So we're like, all right, we'll do it in 2019. And we decided June because we wanted to go on our honeymoon after, but not right after. We wanted like a little bit of that downtime between. And since I'm a teacher, there's no use having to take time off during the year when you get like 2.5 months of summer vacation. It's ridiculous. It's like, go on your holiday. So that's why. So we came up with the 22nd because the other weekends are, well, the Canada Day long weekend is after, and then there's Father's Day long week, or no, it's not a long weekend, but Father's Day weekend, and then, what was it, my sister's birthday. So we were trying to do where it wouldn't just have any conflicts with other people's plans, which I know it's all about us. People can rearrange their schedules, but when we're planning so far in advance, you know, we can make that choice. So then the very first thing that we booked was our venue. I knew that I wanted to do everything in one. I'm not religious and neither is Dan, so we didn't need to have a wedding in an actual church in a chapel. That wasn't something that was important to us. So we wanted to have somewhere we could do both at once, and for me what was important is I wanted somewhere where it's overlooking the water. My father passed away in 2003, and a big part of him was the ocean, like being on the West Coast. He loved to go sailing, and as a family we'd all go with him, and even when I got older I would just go with him, and sometimes I get to have friends with me, and it was just, he definitely loved the water. So that was something that I wanted to incorporate into my wedding. So that was, yeah, so that was something big. I was between 2 venues. One, it's also a restaurant where they're open for dinner, so they only do like morning weddings and having a lunch, and in my mind that just didn't seem as traditional, so I went with my other one, which is beautiful. I actually like the venue better, but the other one would have been more like sentimental value or sentimental meaning. But this one is so beautiful. So they have a little garden outside where you get married, and it's overlooking the water, and then we're having a cocktail hour after while we kind of do family photos, and then the reception inside in the ballroom. As well as dancing. So it's so exciting. Okay, so that was the very first thing we booked. We booked that in about, I think, September of 2017. So that was, I was like, if I don't get this, I'm gonna be so upset, so I really wanted that venue. So that was why that was so early. And then we were thinking about 3 other things that we knew we wanted to book, or I knew I wanted to book right away. One was the photographer, one was videographer. At first I was thinking, do I need to have someone filming? But then I decided, yes I do, because I want to have that memory. And then third was our officiant. So first I think we did our videographer, and I don't know if it's because I do YouTube videos, but I really wanted to have just a video of that day. It happens, well, it's a long day, but it happens so fast, and I don't know, I think just in this day and age, you know, it's so easy to get to look back at it, and you don't have to put in like a VHS tape, it's just all there online. And so I was looking at a couple different videographers, and I came across the one that I'm going with, and watching her videos of complete strangers getting married, but just the way, like the angles, the music, the way she did things, on almost all of them, I almost got teary-eyed. So I'm like, if I can feel that emotion watching her videos for other people, I need her to do mine. And I watched a lot of other videographers' videos and I was like, ooh, that looks a little shaky, or that was faded in too fast, or like, I don't like the look of that. But with her, I actually got that emotional connection, so I was like, definitely. So we booked her. She's so nice. I can't wait. And then the next thing was our photographer. Now, looking back, I wish I spent more time finding a photographer. I don't want to say that much about my experience already because I put a hefty deposit down, so I'm not changing. And I'm sure our photos will turn out amazing. I just wish I would have spent a little more time. I really liked the style of the photographs that the person takes, but yeah. There were some things that went on and I don't know. But yeah, so I'm going with the person and I'm sure it will work out and turn out really well, but I wish I spent more time and not rushed into it, and oh well. We'll leave it at that. Maybe I'll tell you the whole story after, when I have my photos and all that, but I don't want anyone to get upset just in case someone comes across this video. Yeah, but I love the work that the person does. So then our officiant was our third thing, and again, we went on actually our videographer's website because you can look at all her previous videos, like of people that consented to have them posted there. And she actually has an awesome, you can search by like keyword, and in all of them she would put like the location, the this, as well as the officiant. So I would search and by the officiant name and found a whole bunch of different people. Now in British Columbia, unless you want a private celebrant or someone like as part of your church or like someone private, then you can just go on BC government website and there's a list of like official officiants. So we went through all that list. I looked at all of them. I was between two, and in my mind, like just the way I picture my wedding, I wanted to have a male officiant. Now I don't want to be sexist, but I just wanted that, okay? So I was kind of, that narrowed my list down, and then I was between two and one. And I don't know if this was the drama kind of public speaking teacher in me, but one had like a couple sounds like the S's and the F's. There was a tint of a lisp, and that drove me crazy. So then we went with this other guy who has a British accent, and he's all like jolly looking. He kind of looks like the actor that played the Santa on Miracle on 34th Street. Not David Attenborough, the other one, the brother. Anyway, so not really, but he kind of does, and he has that British accent, so I'm so excited. So we booked that, and I was talking to a friend who's getting married in August, and she hasn't booked her officiant yet, and I told her, like, make sure you do it fast, because I'm part of a lot of wedding groups, like for the city and the area on Facebook, and a lot of them are already booked up. So actually she didn't get any of her top choices. It was just gotta have someone, so she kind of went, I think it was like her fifth choice, so thank goodness that didn't happen to me. Those were all of the things that I booked right away. And then I also gave a little thought on wedding dresses. I went to a store and I said right off the bat, I just got engaged, which wasn't just, but it was kind of a couple months prior. I was like, I've never looked at wedding dresses. I'm not gonna buy one today. I just want to see what shape I like and what I think complements my body. And okay, it's kind of annoying if they have to spend all their time doing it knowing that I'm not gonna get it, but I figured better to be honest and upfront about it. So I tried on like 2 or 3 dresses of every style. And at that point, I actually liked the fit and flare. So it's kind of fitted on the top and then not quite mermaid, but then around kind of hip length or lower, I guess, thigh length, it kind of flares out a little bit. Now, the store that I went to, even though I said all of that at the beginning, the lady was so pushy, it almost turned me off from the store. She was like, is this the one? And I'm like, well, no, I'm just looking. And then she's like, how does this one make you feel? Do you think this is your dress? And I'm like, no. It was very awkward. I felt so uncomfortable. And yeah, it almost turned me off from the store. After that experience, I didn't go for like a year because honestly, it was not a good experience. And I spoke to someone else who went there as well, and she had the same lady that I had the first time, and she also said she was so pushy. So that was not good. So then, I'm trying to do everything in order that I did it in. So then I think I put dress shopping on the back burner because that was a bad experience. And I mean, the store is great, but just that was not fun. Like, I thought I was being totally transparent about it. And I guess some people say that, and it's true, then they do find that one, but I did not. And I, like, so anyways. So then, what else did I do? I still have a couple things to do still, so like, 4 months away. So then I was thinking that I did want to have either a day of coordinator, or actually the company that I go with, they do a month of coordination package. I knew I didn't want a full wedding planner because with them, like, they arrange things and they go to meetups for you, and it's just also extremely expensive. So I'm like, and even at that point, I'd already booked my venue, like all those people that I already said, so I was like, there's no sense hiring for thousands and thousands of dollars someone to do everything for me. I want to be part of it. So we did a month of coordination package, and they're amazing. Already now, even though it's only like the month of, I was like, vendor, I emailed them maybe like 3 months ago, and I was like, vendors are starting to ask, like the ones that I have booked, like what time everything's at. I have no clue of my like timeline. Could you help me? And they gave me like a lot of sample timelines, and yeah, so they're super helpful. Even though it's only technically month of, they are there by like email or phone correspondence for you sooner. And actually now, I just got an email yesterday saying, oh, let's meet up, let's go over your timeline. So it's a lot more than just only the month of, but month of, then they actually do take over. That's kind of what it is. And then they are contacting all of the vendors themselves, arranging times that they have to be there and stuff, and yeah, just being in contact with everyone, so I don't have to do that in the month. So that's kind of nice. So they help you prior, but they take over as much as you want. I mean, if you say, oh, I want to contact my videographer, they will let you. But anyway, so I'm very happy with that. And then, so I booked that, and then what else did I book? That was it for around that time. Then later I decided, I decided that we do want, while I'm walking down the aisle, I wanted to have some sort of, not a band, but some sort of a strings something. So I went with the strings trio. So I have 2 violins and a viola. I don't know, I just thought it would be nice, and then they'll stay after and play for the cocktail hour as well, so we booked them for an hour and a half. So that was good. And then, although I have no clue what songs yet, but so we booked that. So we were toying with the idea, do we want a DJ or not? We did, but we were not like huge dancers. We didn't want like the nightclub theme with all the flashing strobe lights and all that. So we're like, we don't feel, you know, paying $1,300 for a DJ for like 6 hours is worth it for us. You know, if we were more outgoing party people, then it totally would be, but for us, it wasn't. So we were holding off booking a DJ because honestly, they're so expensive, and so we were thinking, do we want to do music ourselves? Because I wanted like a first dance song and then music for the night. But then the first like 2 DJs that I contacted, and this was about a year and a half ahead of time. So it was last March, and both people that my first choices that were in the like $750 range, but were highly recommended, they were already booked. So then everyone else either didn't like some of the reviews, or didn't like the kind of image, or then they were way too expensive. So then we weren't gonna do a DJ. And then I think maybe October, just like this past October, not our first choice, but our second choice, posted on the Facebook group saying they had a cancellation on June 22nd, 2019. So if anyone wants to stay, and I was like, oh my God, yes. So the price had gone up a little bit from like when I was looking earlier, but still it's, you know, not anywhere near $1,000. So we decided to book them, and it's just something less to have to think about. And a lot of people were saying when you have like just a playlist on a phone or on the computer, and just have it, even though it's tucked beside, they're like, people would still go up to it and like change the song. Plus, if you're just having it from like a playlist that you set up, like the DJs, they can read the crowd, and if they think it's lulling, they'll put in a more upbeat song or something, you know. So I was like, all right, that is better, because honestly, I don't know tons of music. Like, I'm not a music expert. I listen to the radio in the car. That's my extent, pretty much. And then sometimes music to dance around the house with. But, so we decided not to leave it to us. We'll hire a professional, and yeah, thankfully we didn't have to pay $1,000 for it. So then we did book that, and then I did go back wedding dress shopping, and all these times I just went by myself. I watch Say Yes to the Dress, and I love seeing like with groups, but I was like, I don't know, like, just unless it's when I'm like have my top couple dresses, but I'm like, just to drag people along, like they're just sitting out there, and it takes so long to tie you up or like zip you up in the dress that there's so much downtime. So I always went by myself. Then I went to 2 other stores, and both like sales associates were so nice. They made me feel so relaxed, so beautiful. And I was like, okay, this is what dress shopping should be like, you know, not, is this the one, is this one? So, and I was totally indecisive. So I was still looking at like the body hugging ones. At this one store I tried on, I actually did find a dress that I liked. It was kind of strange because it was in blue, and it was like blue flowers, and I was like, don't want blue flowers, but I liked everything else about it. And so then they were looking into what other colors that it would come in, but there were no other pictures. And so this was a fall 2018 dress, so just to order 2018, and the brides would only get it starting in the beginning of 2019. So no bride hasn't actually had that dress yet. So that's why it was only like the stores released by Maggie Sottero, or only the pictures released by Maggie Sottero. And the ones that the dresses had in stores, but everyone had the blue dress. But I really did like it, but I was like, I don't know. And so then anyways, I went back to that first store looking, because they do have a lot of dresses, and I got a different sales associate who was so nice. She was the sweetest person ever. Now she's on maternity leave. But I was like, oh my God, I love it. It made me feel so comfortable. And so again, I tried on a lot of different dresses. I still thought that I was gonna like the fit and flare. And then I saw that dress that I tried on at the first store, and that one was actually a ball gown. And I was like, you know, I liked it at the first store, but I didn't love it. So then I tried on there, and it just so happened that at that store, the dress they had in stock was the dress that was my size. All right, it was a little tight. They kind of needed to like really, I had to like hold like this to zip it up. But it was more or less my size, so I could see it. Whereas usually other dresses, they're too big, which isn't usually my problem, and then they like clip it closed, or with me, they're too small, and then they kind of add a panel in the back and then clip that. So you see what it's gonna look like, but you don't really see. I mean, so anyways, when I tried that dress on, which I already kind of liked at the first store, but I tried that at the second store that actually fit me, I looked so tiny, like you could see my waist, it was so small, I felt like a princess, and I was like, oh my gosh, I like this dress. I almost love this dress. I'm like, I liked it at the first store, I like it even more now, but the only thing was that, again, it was just in the blue, and they're like, it comes either gold flowers on ivory, the blue on champagne or the blush on champagne. And I was like, well, I don't really like the champagne because that's like a darker color. I'm like, I prefer ivory, but then gold on ivory, what if that's like too gold? Oh, actually we did book our decorator, but I'll come back to that. I mean, because, okay, so what, I'm like, gold is not a color. Like, we're doing purple and silver. So I was like, and then I have a gold dress and I'm like, gold could be nice, but what if it's like too blingy and it looks too like prom-like or something? And so then I was like, I don't know. I spent, I want to say hours, but hours for months, well maybe not months, we'll go with weeks, trying to find any picture of what the dresses look like in their other colors. And I was on Facebook, Instagram, looking at hashtags, trying like everything, and I called all the stores on Vancouver Island, all the stores in Vancouver that carry Maggie Sotero, and everyone either didn't have the dress or they all just had the blue version. And I was like, I'm not going to commit to buying an expensive wedding dress if I don't know what it's gonna look like. So finally, I found one store, Laura's Bridal, in, I don't know, somewhere in the States, nowhere near here. And their sample that they got in their store was the blush version. So I was like, all right, I can actually see this. I still don't know what the gold looks like, but I'm like, I do like pink, and it's not bright pink, it's just, so I went back to the store, my store, and I ordered it in the blush. So that was in, I think, October, November then, because I originally was looking at it in the summer, and then again, I spent a lot of time thinking about it. Okay, now you're getting heavy. So then they say it takes about like 5 months to come. So it's supposed to arrive end of February. So now we're getting to that point. So I'm just anxiously awaiting the call that my dress has come in and I get to see it for the first time, what it looks like in person. So I think I'll be okay with the blush. I hope so. I'm just, honestly, I'm really nervous about that it will look, the champagne will look too dark. Like in the store lights, it was a little darker for than my liking. But then when you walk over to the window and you see it in the daylight, it looks nice. And actually the Laura's Bridal, they did a styled shoot outside. I've been stalking their like website and Instagram, just trying to see more pictures of this dress. And out in the light, and with the photographer, you know, they kind of do their tricks. They can kind of brighten things up. It actually didn't look that dark and that pink. So I'm very happy. I even followed the model that was wearing the dress because I noticed she was posting a lot of other pictures of herself in other styled shoots. And actually just 2 weeks ago she posted a picture that the store hadn't posted yet of her in that dress, and it looks really pretty. So I'm a little more excited about it. I'm still nervous, but honestly I was like, I was trying to be like, how am I not gonna show like disappointment in my face if I look at the dress and it's too pink and then the champagne makes it look too brown and it's just like a dirty mess. And I was like, oh my gosh, after spending like oh no, I got it Labor Day long weekend, that was it. Because I tried it on in the summer. Oh, that was a long time ago. Tried it on in the summer, and then I remember I was and hawing, still trying to find more pictures, and then they, on the website, they said the Labor Day special was, I'm pretty sure it's Labor Day, yeah, was 10% off all dresses. So I was like, 10% off 2,000? That's a good money off. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, Labor Day. So it's been that long before I've seen it all. So it's finally coming in soon. I so can't wait, and I'm more excited than worried now. Still a little nervous, but super excited. So, wait, backtracking, I did I think it was last May, we did go and book someone for decor. Now the hotel provides like all the tablecloths and like most of the main things that you need for a reception, and they provide chairs for the ceremony and stuff, but they don't do any personal touches. So my wedding planner actually recommended like one that does like a whole full thing, but again, it was like $4,500, and I was like, the hotel is providing most of it. I don't need someone to completely design and you have access to, yes, all of their things, but I didn't want purple goblets, like, so I didn't go with them. I went with someone that you can, it's basically a la carte. You choose exactly the things that you want and they price it out exactly. So that worked really well. We went out to her studio, which is her house, but a different part of it. And we kind of pieced together what we want the table to look like and other things. And she was trying to like say, oh, you should get like an arch, or just recommend, you know, saying because where you get married, it's kind of just all open and looking out to the water, so it kind of sets a focus. And at first we're like, that would be nice, but then I saw a couple pictures where they just have pillars with big like flower vases on top, and I like that so much better because I never really liked the arch idea in the first place. So super excited about that. Oh my gosh, this is like a 30-minute video, and it just stopped filming because it was like, it must have been left on by mistake for 30 minutes. Wow, it's gonna be super long. Okay, but I'm almost done, kind of. So then we kind of booked all that, and then I started thinking about bridesmaids dresses. And then when I went in December, once when my sister was around, like in town, they were like, you kind of have to order them soon, like now or early January, for them to arrive in time. And I was like, bridesmaids dresses too? I just assumed that would be like a month or something. So it's back and forth. I don't know if I love it. I couldn't find exactly what I wanted, but we're going with one, and it's actually in my Vlogmas video, that gray one that my sister tried on with the little X here. So we're going with that one, but I'm going to tailor it to get rid of the X and then kind of bring the straps up a little bit, just so it's not too low cut. But the X, I think, is just for decor. It's not actually to hold it together, but I want my two bridesmaids to feel secure, not that they're gonna like pop out of their dress. So finally in mid-January, those were ordered. They're supposed to arrive the end of May, so then they can quickly still get altered. But I already spoken to an alterations person who's gonna do my dress, and she said, you know, that is okay if they only come come to her beginning of June then, and we only need them for then the 3rd week of June. And she said she'll get it done, so thank goodness. So then I think that is almost everything. I'm probably missing some things that I've already done, but we shall see. So actually I did get a couple things, because my wedding, a bridal shower will be coming up. So I thought I got a couple just little decor items. This will be put on a cake, and then I was planning to make little cupcakes for it. And then these are they're just toothpicks, but they are gold little rings that you can put in, so I thought that would be really cute. And I did get my shoes that I'm gonna wear for my dress. I saw them, and then they are quite high, but comfortable. But I didn't want to get them unless I had tried them on beside Dan, because I didn't want to be taller than him. And I'm like a lot shorter than them, so they are really tall. I'll show you them in a second. But yeah, because when you try on your wedding dress, you of course then step up on that pedestal, and then the dress looks so beautiful, you look so tall, and then I was kind of looking at it, and I was like, well, realistically the pedestal is about this tall, so if I cut that much off the dress, like, I wouldn't, but like, I get it cut off by this alterations person, but just like looking at the picture, I was like, oh, that doesn't look nice at all. Then it looks like my torso is almost the same size as like that huge long thing. And I mean, if it's a fit and flare, that's fine, but it's like a ball gown, so that it just looked too like triangular, not elegant enough anymore in my mind. So I was like, I need tall shoes. So I went and got these from Designer Shoe Warehouse. Taxi, I think, is their in-house brand, but they look a little bit like stripper shoes, but that's okay. So this is the shoe. Now, at first I was like, oh my gosh, that heel is huge, but because it has a platform, the heel is only like this, and it's not like a super thin, it's a bit of a chunkier heel, not super chunky. But I like them, and so my dress is that kind of champagne color, so it's not quite a gold. Actually, I think they called it rose gold, which kind of, not really either. But anyway, so it's similar, plus the bottom of my dress, where the princess part is, it has I don't remember the order of layers because there's tons of layers, but not the top layer, but the layer underneath is sparkle. Total princess dress. So since the layer underneath is sparkle, I'm like, this will be perfect. Now again, you're not gonna see my shoes because it's super long, but if you do catch a glimpse of it, it'll look fine. I mean, I've seen a lot of people, they do like a statement shoe, but I'm not that cool or like imaginative, so I'm going with these. So they actually are comfortable. My one foot is a little wider, so it rubs a little bit here, but I figure I can put something there to make it more comfortable. Plus, I'll walk around in them, but the other foot feels so good. I'm really excited about these. Yes, very tall and fun. So things that we still have to do. Oh, sorry, like we have to confirm everything. Oh, we got a cake decorator too. As well. I want to have 3 layers and kind of with fondant covering. And so I was contacting everyone to make sure their fondant doesn't have gelatin. So this one, it doesn't. And then I really like the look of like scrolling, like little loops and things are on the fondant on the bottom layer and the top layer, and then the middle layer will be plain or something, but it, yeah, probably won't have the scrolling. So we met with the cake person that we're going with, and yeah, I'm so excited on that as well. So now all we have to do is, aside from finalizing everything, like I said, we have to do flowers, which is a huge thing. I know who I want to go with, but we haven't met with them, I haven't done anything, I haven't contacted them, so that's a big thing we have to do. And then, I think actually that's it. And then just doing all these details. But, I don't know, lots of things. Well, we have to get flower girl dress. Dan's cousin's daughter is being our flower girl, and then my best friend's son is being our ring bearer. So I actually got, it still has to arrive, but a cute little will you be our ring bearer thing for him. I'll show that to you maybe in my next video when it comes. As well as, yeah, I want to do something like a flower girl thing as well, but maybe something smaller because that has to get shipped. So for 4 months out, I think we're okay. We did get save the date cards, which we sent out, I think in like September. So lots of time still. And then I've ordered invitations, but like blank invitations, because I want this whole like with a pocket and with like a purple sparkly border and with a belly band and all these things. So apparently they have shipped. I'm just waiting, we're waiting to get them. Actually, they only shipped this morning. So we want that. And then I'm gonna do the printing on it myself. They included like free printing, but, or maybe not free printing, but like inexpensive printing. But then you have to have your timeline figured out, because you have to know when your ceremony is starting, when all this is starting, and I don't know that. So I said just to ship them blank, because I think it'll take about 3 weeks to ship, because I didn't want to pay like for the super duper express shipping, so I just paid regular. So that gives us some time to decide. And then I think next month, 3 months ahead, I want to send the invitations out so people can RSVP. And then also, yeah, we have to finalize numbers and things like that then. So still lots more things I think to do, but yes. I think I'm pretty good. Having such a long engagement, we did a couple things right off the bat, and then we just kind of put it on the back burner and didn't think about it. So yeah, then about, I think in this winter, like November, I was like, oh crap, yeah, now we gotta start planning everything again. So I think I'm in an okay space for planning. Like, I think we've had a lot of things booked, but it's still just, yeah, 4 months away. That's so soon. Thank you for sticking by me with this, like, hopefully if I edit down, well, still it'll be like 30 minutes. This super duper long video. And oh, I didn't even talk about my honeymoon, or our honeymoon, which is so exciting. We're going away for almost 3 weeks, but that will be another video because this is already way too long. So let me know if, yeah, you do want me to do a video talking about our honeymoon, where we're going, and all the fun things. We're doing cruise and then spending extra days before and after. But yeah, if you want me to do that, and then if you'd be interested in me doing more like a month, update in a month from now, seeing what's booked, and hopefully I have my dress as well as my invitations. And I promise you any future videos will not be this long, because I had to touch on everything for the past year and a half. So thank you so much for watching if you stuck by to the end of this, and I will see you guys later. Bye!